Hello everyone, it's the Axel Shifter here, and I am back with the next Multiverse Wars episode number 67. And today, we have a fight between two younger heroes, but are still extremely powerful in their own rights. We have Will Stronghold from Sky High versus Deku, or Izuku, you can say, from My Hero Academia. So now, we're going to be seeing which one of these guys would win in a fight. So, yeah, I kind of say this in every episode. Let's go now. Yeah. Will is the main protagonist of the Sky High movie made by Disney. He's the son of the Commander and Jetstream, two of the world's greatest superheroes, but although he was a late bloomer at first, he eventually got his full powers and has a strong sense of heroism, and especially concerning his friends and the belief that anyone can be a hero regardless of the power that they have. Now let's talk about his powers, abilities, and feats. In terms of AP and durability, Will was capable of lifting and stopping Sky High from falling, essentially, and also pushing it back above the clouds. And when calculated, the small building height is around 18.1 meters tall, really, and the diameter of the platform is around 549.63 meters. And so this overall scale for this feat is around 160.20 kilotons of TNT, or enough energy to destroy a large town. So he should be around large town level in terms of attack potency, strength, and durability. And as for speed, he can fly at supersonic speeds, and he is comparable to his mother, Jetstream, who flew from the Earth to the Moon in around 23 minutes, which was calculated to be around massively hypersonic in terms of speed, which, well, Will should scale to because that's his mom. But as for intelligence, well, it's at least above average, so he doesn't really show any real intelligence feats. Not to say that he isn't smart, but, he did find a way to beat Speed and Lash, two speedster characters, in around 3 minutes, and he also discovered Royal Pain's identity from his father's yearbook. And his other powers and abilities include him generating shockwaves by punching the ground, is possibly resistant to fire, cosmic radiation, and the extreme cold, and then can withstand electricity blasts or attacks, so he should be pretty strong in terms of the powers, abilities, and hacks that he has, really. But as for his weaknesses, on the other hand, well, he doesn't really have any notable weaknesses I would see in the movie, besides from the fact that he is still fairly experienced by the end. But he still does use his powers for good, and he does know how to use them, but he's not the most experienced hero out there as a newcomer. But overall, Will's heroism and power gives him potential to become more than meets the eye. Izuku Midoriya, or Izuku Extraordinary, whatever, also known as Deku, is one of the 20% of people on Earth to be born without a quirk or a natural superpower that they have. This led to him being constantly bullied and tormented in school. But however, by being granted the quirk One for All by his idol, All Might, he has managed to grow into one of the greatest heroes on the planet. And as time went on, Deku has encountered many villains and heroes who both changed his perspective on the superpower society, and he's even become more understanding of the dark side of society as well, and also those who suffer silently for not being born as lucky as others. And as he finally began to fully awaken the power of the One for All, he has been drawn to direct the sight of All for One himself, whose manipulation of Torigami's Sharigaki has become a desperate task that Deku strives to put an end to and resolved. He also leads towards a final confrontation with the villains of society, and with the goal of fixing this broken system, and as well as bringing an end to the cycle of the All for One and the One for All. And basically that. Deku is strong enough to damage incomplete Shakaraki's stomach with a kick, and Shakaraki is just as durable as All Might, Deku's idol, and All Might can take attacks from All for One, who is very powerful himself. So based off this scaling chain here, Deku's attack potency and durability should be around multi-city block level on the lower ends, but on the higher ends, it could potentially be multi-continent level, considering that he becomes way more powerful by the final act of the series. Now, as for his speed, he can move at around 492.86 meters per second, or around Mach 1 1.44, which is around supersonic level. But he could go far beyond this, as he could keep up with All For One, who could dodge a flash fire attack from Shoto and Endeavor, and it was stated to be too fast for most heroes. So at his A game, or his full potential anyway, Deku should be around hypersonic to relativistic in terms of speed. Deku is also a highly skilled combatant who has gained tons of fighting experience from fighting villains and training with other heroes, and for about a month before resting at the UA school anyway. As also, his prediction skills have developed a lot to the point where he was able to analyze Lady Nagit's movement patterns and accurately track her location down solely based on the trajectory of her bullets. And even at night and under heavy rain, he quickly mastered Finji and battle, and despite using it just a few minutes earlier, yeah, he's still really a good fighter. And in Deku's mind reside and the consciousness of all former eight bearers of his quirk, who have all steadily awoken from as one for all, as pretty much stockpiled strength, and all these past users can pretty much talk freely with Deku and thus give him more information during his battle and how to beat certain opponents. But as for his weaknesses, on the other hand, his danger sense will not activate if the enemy has no malice or intent to hurt Deku. This can catch him off guard if the enemy can just suddenly change his mind anyway, and considering how negative emotions can also cause danger sense to be overstimulated, and as such, hinder Deku in a fight. But overall, Deku is one of the most well-known anime characters for a reason. But now that we've discussed both characters, it's time we talk about who would win this fight. And while both of them are very powerful, I would have to say that Deku would be the winner of this battle, and I will tell you why. For starters, while both Will and Deku are very close in terms of speed, and are also both around hypersonic in terms of that range, but in terms of AP and durability, Deku clearly takes this one easily, as he's just way stronger and more durable and just more powerful in terms of physical force than Will. And plus, Deku is far more experienced for being a hero and a better fighter, and fought way more villains than just, Royal Pain and stuff and those are goofy ass niggas. So yeah, he's clearly just more stronger than Will in general. And plus the fact that, it's really just comes down to simply this. Deku is stronger, more experienced, more durable, and a better fighter. And yeah, his emotions might possibly get in the way, maybe in terms of battling sometimes, which could hinder him in a fight. Like I said in his analysis, yeah, Deku just overall still wins, honestly. So, yeah. So it looks like Stronghold's willpower won't really help him this time around. The winner is Deku.